can see the starting lineups being called out on the floor. The home team's lineup is being called out. You have Labing Isa and Pascual at guards, Razon, Montemayor, and Pineda in the front court. For the visiting Pateros team, it's Moraga and Cofield with Maligon, Oliano, and Almerez at forward. This is a matchup between the Marikina Wangs Deliverers and the Pateros Austin Morris Associates. This is Charlie Cuna together with Dominic Uy and Doms. You know, immediately you know that there is the presence of two of the best big men perhaps in the past decade or so, decade and a half in the Philippine Basketball Association. Nick Velasco and Ali Pic on that Pateros bench, which you know, it adds some sort of touch to this team that you're expecting a lot from them.
Well, definitely, you put things in perspective. When you have a good coach or a good set of coaching staff, you will definitely learn. So the guys that will definitely benefit from their team are the big guys. Why? Because they played the big position. But you also have to understand, Nick Velasco, one of those players that really reinvented his game as he aged in the professional league. So definitely look at the big guys for Pateros because they will get the most amount of input.
Maligon and Razon jumped it up. It was tipped out of bounds. So the first possession will go to the dark shirts of Pateros. And the ball is with Moraga. And Moraga is known to be a quick, strong, athletic guard. And together with other guys like Cofield, you know, that's what Pateros is bragging about, the strength of their backcourt.
And also, one thing you gotta think about is what does the FBA really stand for? You know, these guys didn't or haven't really made it big into the professional or the semi-professional league. And they want to be able to show their wares here, really hone their skills to be able to move up in the basketball world.
And what a way to start for Pateros. A three-pointer off the glass from the top of the key from Maligon. Pass inside to Razon, and he gets the two right inside that shaded area. And we can see the size of Razon, and you know, he would want to take advantage of that inside the shaded area.
Oh, definitely. You want to be able to set up your big man every single time. And your big man needs to be able to get to that open spot.
We had the opportunity to speak with coaches Velasco and Ali Pic before this game, and they said that the tallest player on the Pateros lineup is about 6'3.5", 6'4". So they're lacking in size, Doms, and because of that, obviously, Marikina Wangs will try to pound the ball inside and muscle their way to the hoop to try to exploit that size advantage.
But also for Pateros, you know, when we talk to them, they mentioned that they're an up-and-down team, so they want to run and gun. They want to be able to use their quickness as well. Both these guys, you know, they coached in the previous conference. You know, they handled Laguna at that time, Laguna Busa. And that's really something that they've learned. They started out slow.
Right.
And in the end, they ended up losing because of the quotient system. So both these guys, Coach Ali Pic and Coach Nick Velasco, something I need to get used to, saying that, you know, they want to start out strong in this conference.
Well, right now, they keep that possession. They got an offensive rebound off of miss. Passing that ball around the top of the three-point line. The handoff goes over to Cofield. And Cofield, a lot has been said about this fellow, and a lot is expected of him from his coaches. The shot clock is down to 4 seconds. Moraga trying to make his way. Flips it up. That's a miss, and another offensive rebound for the shorter team of Pateros.
Well, they need to help out their big men because they are shorter. So the guards, the small forward, needs to be able to crash that board because it's actually difficult to get to the basket when you're playing against Wangs.
That's a miss from outside. And finally, the white shirts get it. Lead pass goes all the way over, but it's tipped out by number 15 for Wangs.
Definitely effort has to come in. You know, it's difficult, Charlie, to play in an opening game day because especially when things are pushed behind, you are thinking that you are going to play at a certain time, but then it gets pushed behind and you are really getting antsy. And you can see, or you will see in the first few minutes of this ball game, guys will try to do things that are a little bit out of control or not something that they have practiced.
It's going to be a baseline inbound for the dark shirts. They bring it back out. It was a fresh 24 for them as Moraga trying to outmaneuver his defender. It's stolen right away. And speeding up the court, Labing Isa gets that layup on that fast break, and Labing Isa is wearing number 9.
It would have been redundant if he wore jersey number 11.
That's right. Here's Cofield, kicks it over to the other side. Trying to go glass, but the angle was wrong, and fighting for the rebound. Losing it, however. And here they go again. Wangs on the break, flips it up over his shoulder, gets the basket on the fast break. That's Pineda getting the 2.
Definitely cause of concern for Pateros. all the 6 points for Marikina Wangs coming from a layup. Coming from close to the basket, the first one, a very good executed play. And then the 2 others coming from a fast break.
And completed on that 3-point play opportunity. 7-2 is the early score in favor of the home team, Wangs. They're called the Deliverers, and they're up against the Associates. So things we need to get used to as far as team monikers are concerned. Out to Cofield, down to 6 on the shot clock. Cofield makes his move, great spin inside, gets the contact, no call from the referees, and another lead pass up ahead. Good chase by the defender, but despite that, that's another basket on the fast break for Wangs.
Well, one thing we've noticed for Pateros, they haven't really been able to execute their plays. They've been going a lot of one-on-one and not getting wide looks.
Well, that was a nice kick out, but he missed it on that jumper. Inside, though, scrambling for that loose ball was Almirol, and inside he gets fouled. He go to the line for 2 shots. And you know, you talk about Wangs as a team that really wants to develop basketball through the years. You know, the Wangs basketball club has actually been around for 20 years.
So long already. You know, I've known players that have really been able to hone their skills also. That just started out that they actually have a gym that plays 2 or 3 times a week.
So, you know, a lot of that team has helped a lot of people get breaks as far as the different leagues are concerned, the pro leagues. And, you know, they just want to keep this tradition going. And they did play in the PBA D-League. A couple of conferences back, joined the FBA, and now they're here. And they have this home court. The opening ceremonies were held here earlier. And, you know, here they go on a fast start, leading 9-4, and the ball is in their possession. Turnaround jumper, but that's traveling called by our referee. Referees for this ball game, referees Cortez, Kanya, and Santiago. They're calling the shots here.
Charlie, in the first 3.5 minutes, very different how the offense is being run by Wangs. You know, they're trying to set up their big men. They're moving that basketball. They're aggressive. For Pateros, they've been aggressive, but they've been playing one-on-one basketball.
You know, inserted into the game by Coach Nick Velasco is Ryan Arambulo. And Arambulo did play high school basketball, but did not play in college competitively. He was a track athlete. So he did sprints and he did the high jump as well. So we know he's an athletic fellow. So we'll see what he can do for this Pateros squad that is struggling so far here in the first quarter.
Well, usually when you're an athlete, a track and field athlete at that, you need to be able to bring in that energy coming into the basketball court.
And again on the attack, Pineda flips it up. Before that, the foul had already been called.
Well, the guards of Wangs really outplaying the guards of Pateros. You can see Pineda, Labing Isa, these guys really just pushing the pace, pushing that basketball, and making plays.
At the 5:55 mark of this first quarter, timeout is called. We'll be back. Now you want to appreciate, Dominic, how the teams play so far in the FBA. Lots of guys who really want to stay, want to move up as far as playing basketball is concerned. But if there's one thing that really sticks out in this ball game so far, it's the red shirts of the referees.
Oh, definitely. You know, but quality referees here in the FBA. You know, we have FIBA referees as well.
Right.
In this league. But, you know, aside from guys wanting to move up, other teams or college teams use this as a preparation for their own leagues. If you look at UP actually played in the first conference to be able to prepare for the UAAP.
Well, and they won the championship.
Yes.
Of course, that team which won the championship in the first conference of the FBA is not here. Although UP is entered in this second conference of the FBA, it is the Team B of UP that's playing because the Team A is still competing in the ongoing collegiate
And you
league.
look at the, you know, they won the championship here in the FBA, and they won their first 2 games in the UAAP.
And won a third one a little later. So, you know, that we can say that this experience with the FBA definitely helped the players of the UP Maroons. There's a foul called, a reach in called by referee Kanya. And the foul is called on Cofield.
Second personal foul. You know, also for Phil Lambs, you know, you're going to see a lot of Phil Lambs in the FBA as well. It is good preparatory for Philippine basketball. Oh, just a good look to the big man, Montemayor. The guards really creating plays for Wangs. Labing Isa, great pass.
And you like what Montemayor did to try to go underneath and get it on the reverse, drawing the contact in the process. He'll go to the line for another 3-point play opportunity for Wangs, their second of this game. So Coach Velasco looking up and down his bench, trying to find somebody who he can inject into the lineup and provide, you know, some sort of spark, because it has been a slow start for this Pateros squad.
And the beauty of it, there's good music, good rhythm being played by Wangs from the big guys or the small guys to the big guys, or even the big guys to the small guys, because when they get the rebound on the defensive end, they're already looking for that outlet pass.
On the baseline, he was able to get that up with his left hand. That's Lassa who gets that basket inside. So he has a chance now to get the three right back.
John Lassa actually played for Team B of the Ateneo. You know, these are the types of players that you will see here in the FBA. Guys that didn't really make it in Team A, or guys that didn't get too much time there, so wasn't really able to show their skills. But this is a great avenue for them.
But he misses the bonus free throw. So his team still trails. 14-6 is the lead for Wangs. Possession with them right now. As Labing Isa having some trouble against Moraga. Had to pass that ball away. Turnaround jumper. It's too strong. Rebound is taken. And trying to rush it up the court. It's Pateros, but they throw it right away. And it's a 3-on-1. The pass to the trailer. Good find going backwards. And another layup on the break for this Marikina Wangs team.
And that's what we were talking about. They play good music together. That means they've been practicing for quite some time. The chemistry is good. They are comfortable. They know what to do. Once again, the great anticipation by Montemayor. Another great assist by Labing Isa.
You like the way they rewarded the big man for running the floor on that opportunity. Didn't use the glass. Almost missed the layup, but it finally fell in for Montemayor. He has 5 points in the game. There's that outside shot. It doesn't go for, that's number 50 for Pateros. Arambulo. And right away, you know, you like the way that Wangs Doms has been quickly attacking before the defense of Pateros can even set up properly.
Well, the confidence definitely on one end of the court only so far in today's ball game. Definitely Marikina Wangs is the one with that. At makikita mo, with the guards, they are the ones pushing it. They're controlling the tempo and really controlling this basketball game.
And Pateno shooting a three early in the shot clock. That was a one and done, and that's the way it's been. Getting the defensive rebounds is Wangs. They're clearing the boards, making sure only one opportunity for the associates.
Frustration definitely being shown by Pateros early on. You know, we mentioned that they're playing one-on-one basketball. Hasn't really been working for them.
And Pascual inside operating. Gets a shot over Mr. Anderson Jr. Trying to defend him. Had a hand up, but that's, you know, that's all you can do. Great basket.
And look at that, one pass coming into that set with about 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Already attacking that basket. Not really trying to go into an offensive set.
At the line is Moraga, but a timeout is called. 3 minutes and 12 remaining, and Marikina Wangs dominating here in the first.
That was coming off that championship year with Barangay Ginebra.
Well, right now, you know, he's leading this league, and it has survived one conference, a very successful one. Now into the second. Moraga.
And he's really been working hard, you know, from the first conference to now the second conference with TV coverage in 5 networks, or on 5 networks rather.
That's
in
right.
HD.
Yeah, exactly.
In HD.
And they're also going international on a couple of those coverages. So it's all around. The FBA, a miss forced by Pateros. Wangs, however, almost got it back inside into the lane, and a good move by Lassa using his left hand off the glass.
Ever since John Lassa came in, definitely giving that boost, that energy that Pateros is needing to be able to get them in this ball game.
Finally getting them into double digits. They're at 10, but they're trailing by 12 points. Anderson, the bounce pass, goes over to Pateno. Pateno steps back. Too strong on the jumper. There's a hold underneath. That foul is going to be called on Arambulo.
Familiar guy on your screens earlier on, number 12 for Wangs. That's MC Caceres. You know, played for Coca-Cola in the PBA.
Some substitutions on the line. It's MC Caceres, as Dominic mentioned, but also coming in for the Marikina squad is Santos, number 14. And a miss from the line from the former pro. And you see the coaching staff, Marikina Wangs, on your screens.
Oh, we spoke to him earlier on, and he was saying he's not yet in tip-top shape.
Well, he only got the call up a couple of days ago, as far as we understand, and he misses the 2 free throws. So a chance for Pateros to draw a little closer here in the first quarter with only 2 minutes and 14 remaining. The spin, and it's taken away. Munsayak goes over to the middle. The nice drop to Montemayor. Doesn't get the hoop, but a hard foul from behind from Arambulo will send the big man to the line.
You know, what's very commendable about Montemayor, he may not be that quick, he may not be that strong, but he's very heady, makes good decisions, knows how to get to the open spot and score.
Jean Montemayor. This guy's a big fellow. And you know, we saw him running the break earlier, able to finish. He's about 6'6", hails from Mariveles, Bataan, and studied at JRU. And you were talking about Michael Jordan earlier. Well, idol niya yun. That's his idol.
Well, Michael Jordan.
He and millions of other
millions
people.
of others.
And thrown away by Pateros inside. And you can see Coach Nick Velasco barking out instructions, trying to get his team. You know, they might be suffering from some opening day jitters here, especially against this home crowd of Marikina Wangs. Montemayor just inside the three-point line, showing some range. He's doing it inside and out, Dom.
Well, Montemayor already with 7 points in the ball game. Earlier on, we saw him sliding to the basket, getting to that open spot. But you can see the confidence in that jumper for Montemayor. So they got to get up on him.
That is a reach-in from Francis Munsayak. And because they are in penalty, that foul will send Pateno to the line for free throws as Chris Cofield comes back in to replace Anderson Jr. And you know, there is a strength. You know, we talked to assistant coach Ali Peak on the Pateros squad. It's really the guards and the way that they can pressure. But so far, they have not been able to stop the attack of Wangs.
Well, the little guys of Wangs definitely dictating the tempo so far. And, you know, they have a lot of fill-amps for Pateros. They need to be able to respect the local guys because these guys, you know, one thing that once you've been around basketball in the Philippines, you know, the local guys always want to hold their ground or if not prove a point against fill-amps or imports. It really adds to their anticipation, to their aggression to be able to play well when they're playing against either a fill-amp, a foreigner, or somebody that's not local.
Caceres wanted to go back to Ragasa, who just checked into the game. And Ragasa, of course, has that unique look with the long hair, the headband, and the beard. And he went back on defense. Nice feed from Pateno to Cofield, who's fouled on the way to the hoop. And back to the line. No, it was fouled on. It wasn't Cofield who was fouled. It was Pateno before the pass. So 2 more free throws for this fellow. Missed a while ago when he was there, but this time he sinks the first. Two for 2 on this trip for Pateno. And he closes the gap slightly. It's 24-13. Lead is down to 11.
Well, one thing about Pateno, you know, he played high school in University of Mindanao. And so, you know, when you play in the provinces, there's a lot of physical basketball there. So you expect this guy not to back down.
Pateno, though, committing that foul a while ago, sending Munsayak to the line. That's too strong on the first free throw. Pateno, that was his first personal.
And Munsayak, an NCAA veteran as well.
But 0 for 2 for him. And trying to attack is Pateros. Nice pass inside from Canta. But it's missed inside the shaded area for Orleano. Some pressure in the backcourt. It's tapped away, but the ball will stay with the white shirts.
You always want to be able to put some pressure on the basketball and force some turnovers, especially when you don't have anything going. Because pressure, when you force turnovers, that will get you going somehow, some way.
Amin Sarduk is in the ball game for Pateros, 6'4" player out of the College of St. Benilde. Turnaround jumper, Caceres. And that's a cleared defensive rebound for Pateros, which they had some difficulty doing earlier in this ball game. Trying to close the gap with only 24 seconds remaining in the first quarter. But it's stolen away by Montemayor, stolen right back by Canta. And a foul is called on Montemayor, and for the third straight possession, they're going back to the line. It's Pateros.
Juan Canta, also a former pro, played for the San Miguel Beermen. Kind of, been away from Philippine basketball for a while.
First free throw is up for Canta, and he hits that one for his first point of the game. And slowly but surely, Dom, you can see Pateros getting their feet on the ground, getting a bit steadier, and trying to close this gap. A nice second part of this first quarter for them.
Basically settling down already. Once the guys from the bench came in, giving a little bit more energy, guys like John Lasa and even Pateno, giving that energy that is needed to be able to compete. But also, Coach Nick Velasco mentioned that his local guys, the guys locally from Pateros, guys to watch out for because they're so disciplined as well in the game.
Ragasa with the possession, holding on for the last shot of this quarter. Down to 5. Ragasa makes his move. Kicks it out to Caceres, who finds Munsayak. That was blocked in the air by Sarhook. Canta looks forward, but not enough time for him to get the ball over to Pateno. First period ends 24-14, a 10-point lead for the Marikina Wangs Deliverers.